What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're back with another one. This is the Patriots franchise Madden 24. This week, we got the Bengals. If you haven't seen last week, we played the Browns. It was a pretty good game. If you want to go back and watch it, it's on the channel. But without further ado, we're going to kick this thing off against the Bengals this week. We're still on the road to the playoffs. I really honestly think this is the best year that we've had since we've had the Patriots. We have a decent quarterback. The team is still the same. Only thing that changes, we got a quarterback this year. Mac Jones is just, man, he wasn't getting it done. But as you see right there, first play, Uche's wreaking havoc. And this game is going to be a lot of fun. You guys are probably going to enjoy this one based off of how the defense is played and things like that. The defense has been a cornerstone of our success, helping Peter Light. He starts off kind of slow, and then he kind of like gets it going in the second half. I think we're a second half team. But as you see right there, the stud, Bosa right there comes in for the tackle for loss. You know what I mean? He's been really, really great for us this year. And like I said, he really showed up, and he really has put a emphasis on that defense and stopping that run. But right there, he throws a nice little, I guess you can call a fade route right there to his tight end, and gets the first down. And like I said, this week we have the Bengals, which everybody knows in real life they have a terrible offensive line. And just like in this game, he has a terrible offensive line as well. Right there, Uche just like gets stuck. I don't know what happened. The game kind of like glitched out, but still get rewarded with the sack. But yeah, their offensive line is basically like our offensive line. They're really honestly not good at all. And here we go right here, fourth down, trying to get a stop. He's going for it early, trying to be aggressive. I mean, I would go for it too right here on the opposite side of the 50-yard line. And, you know, he sits here and he makes adjustments and things like that. And I guess he's seen something in the defense, whereas, you know, he calls the audible, and then, you know, he's doing all this stuff and trying to get the best play available. And he snaps it on fourth down right here. And his best offensive lineman against our best defensive lineman, and our best defensive lineman, Bosa, wins. Knocks him down. He doesn't get a chance to get the throw off. Here we go right here. Our first offensive possession. We hand it off to J.K. Dobbins. Gets us to 3rd and 1. We go hurry up offense right here. And, you know, 3rd and 1, hit him with a little play action. And guess what? No time in the pocket because our offensive line is god-awful. So Peter Light again gets hit right there and has to pick himself up. We go for it on 4th down, and guess what? The offensive line breaks down again and allows pressure again in Peter Light's face. So here we are again, defense back on the field. And this is just a trending story with us, man. Like our offense gets shut down, and the defense has to step up and make crazy plays, man. So, you know, here we are again with the defense covering everybody. Nobody's open downfield. He had great protection right there, but it was just a cover sack. He really didn't have anywhere to throw the football. Right here, 3rd and 8. Again, we are looking for the defense to make a stand to try to hold them to 3 or something like that. And again, Uche gets in there. This time he gets rewarded for the sack. 4th and 15, he's going to be smart and take his points, make it 3-0. Here we go again back on offense. Let's see if we can try to get some things going with J.K. Dobbins here. We hand him the ball. He gets a nice little rush there. 3rd and 5, hit him with a little bit of hurry-up offense right here to try to, you know, catch him off guard and, you know, keep him in this defense. So we hit him a little play action. J.K. Dobbins doesn't get it. Nice little play right there by the linebacker. 4th and 4, we're going to go for it, trying to be aggressive and try to get this offense going, man. We always start slow with this offense, and that's the problem with the offense. Like, we can't get into the playoffs, and we cannot start slow. As, again, offensive line gives up a key sack. So, guess what? Defense is back on the field. Now we're sitting here hoping that the defense can hold them to 3. Again, he hits a little flip pass right here to Jamar Chase and gets a nice little game. 2nd and 6, he hands the ball off, and guess who's right there to make a play? Bosa, of course. 3rd and 8, you know, we really honestly are trying to get a goal line stand down here. We're going to send some heat at him, and hopefully he doesn't get it off. They block relatively well, but he drops back too far, and he misses the throw. And again, the defense stands up again, holds him to 3. Offense gets back onto the field. We really honestly need to get some things going. Offensive line is not good. They're not holding any blocks. So what we're trying to do is trying to get some momentum going for Peter Light, get him some easy throws, get the ball out of his hand relatively quick so he can kind of like get into a rhythm. So, you know, the first 2 passes on this drive went well, you know what I mean? 3rd and 4, here we go. We don't want to get in a situation like this. Peter Light steps up into the pocket, and he gets the first down. But guess what? He fumbles the football, man. Fumbles the football. And once again, the defense is back on the field. Defense again, trying to hold, you know what I mean, not giving any points and all this good stuff. Kyle Duggar right here. I jumped the route, man. Read it like a book. Kyle Duggar again. The defense makes a play, but he fumbles. We get back on the ball, though. We get back on the ball. It's all good. But a little bit of scare right there. But like I said, here we go again with this offense. Give it to J.K. Dobbins. Try to get this running game going. We're back into another third down. Hurry up offense again. Here we go. Trying to get a little bit of momentum. Get everybody back to the line. Drop back right here. Have J.K. Dobbins in the flat. Get a first down. That's what we needed, man. He breaks the tackle and all that good stuff. But that's what we needed, man. We needed some momentum to kind of like get this offense going and point us in the right direction, man. So we send Thornton in motion, hit him with a back shoulder throw. Thornton takes it to the house. Touchdown, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Defense is on the field. Now we got a lead. Now the defense is a little bit more comfortable. Send a blitz off the edge. 3rd and 8. Defense does their job. Gets them off the field. We get the ball back quickly. Let's see if we can go down the field and strike early and try to get some points. Peter Light steps up in the pocket, gets a nice little run. Nice little protection right there by the offense. You know, it wasn't too bad. He stepped up in the pocket, had a few guys open, but, you know, decided to take off and run. Comes right back here with the play action, gives it to Allen. Now the offense is kind of moving just a little bit. The offense is kind of like, you know, breaking those, you know, slow starts. We throw it right over here to Hyatt with a nice little dart right there. It was a nice little play. Play action, good protection, and he just throws a laser. People in his face, people at his feet. You know, offensive line held up just enough for him to throw it right down the middle and get a nice little touchdown right there. Now we're up 14-6. Defense can really open things up, you know what I mean? We don't have to really play too conservative in the shell, but he bombs it over the top right here to Jamar Chase, man. Gonzalez, you know, he gets beats from time to time. They catch him, you know, he catch him slipping from time to time, man. You know, all year he's been decent in coverage, and you know, he's probably, I think he's in the top 3 in picks this year. But every now and then he'll give up a big play. As right here, we just get another sack. We send the heat up the middle where he don't really have too much time and let him get comfortable. We can't sit in the zone, which we did right there, and he throws it right over in the empty zone. We can't sit in too much zone, man. That's not who we are. We're a man coverage team, and when we sit in zone, that's when bad things happen. So, you know, we let them go down there, and he hits it with his RPO, and he gets in the end zone right there. We ran zone a little bit too much. Right here, we come back with that little motion to try to motion everybody out. Right here, he gets us a really crazy pick, man, and it was unnecessary. Shouldn't have thrown it. Really, honestly, shouldn't have thrown it. Gave him points before halftime. Now we go into the half down 16-14. It really wasn't honestly smart. I was trying to be aggressive, but was too aggressive. The offense wasn't clicking. It wasn't the right time to go for it, and we paid for it. We get the ball back at halftime. We really honestly need to get this offense going, man. We really honestly need to get this offense going. And these slow starts, we really honestly need to get away from these slow starts and pick it up on offense, man. The defense has been playing great this year. Absolutely lights out. But the offense, they've been playing great as well. But they play great in the second half, man. Like we need to start getting off to hot starts. As right here, he makes an absolute dart to Hyatt, and Hyatt just drops it, man. It was right on his fingertips, and he drops it. But we need to make those plays, man. Like plays like that, we need to make those plays, you know, to boost the morale of the offense and things like that. As we sit there and hand it off to J.K. Dobbins, he gets us a first down. But we can't have drops, man. We can't have drops like that. Pushing the ball down the field. We're having entirely too many drops. You know, we hit him with a little play action right here. Trying to stay ahead of the chains. That's when we work the best. We work the best when we're ahead of the chains, and they don't understand if we're going to pass or we're going to run. We can kind of like mix it up. Right here, we come out. Nobody in the backfield. Hyatt gets wide open, just absolutely leaves his defender, and he gets hit sticked, and he fumbles the ball out of bounds, luckily. But you know, like I said, this offense starts to click in the second half. they really honestly start picking things up. We're moving the ball well. J.K. Dobbins makes a nice little move right here, gets us a first down, and we're clicking. Now it's the second half. The offense wants to wake up. I don't know what it is about the second half, but the second half, the offense wakes up. Defense plays great usually all game, as right here the offensive line has been protecting us relatively well this drive, but they give up a crazy sack. We really honestly couldn't take that sack, but it is what it is. I mean, we're used to it. And guess what? Peter Light gets us out of it with a nice little throw right there to Allen. Gets us a nice touchdown. We're back up. Defense is on the field again. We coming out here. And again, Bosa, man, he's probably one of the greatest trade targets that we've gotten in this whole franchise, man. I mean, of course, we traded for Peter Light. We got Peter Light for a third. But Joey Bosa, man, we gave up a first for him. And as I'm talking about Peter Light, he just throws an absolute missile right there to Allen in the end zone. But Joey Bosa is probably the best trade acquisition that we've had in this whole franchise, man. Because we traded a first-round pick for Bosa 2 years ago, and he's just been impactful every single year, man. Every single year he's just been impactful. We moved him from edge, we moved him to D tackle, and he's just been impactful, man. Like, ever since he came over to it, he's been a tackle for loss machine, and he's really honestly just been great. Uche, he's come along as he just gets the sack right there. We've really developed him really well, and you know, I like where he's at in the series right now because he, he's really came a long way as he just throws an absolute missile right here to a wide open. And again, we're in zone. That's what happens when we run zone. We're not a zone team. He breaks the tackle and then he's in the end zone. But that's not who we are. We're not a zone team as he throws it up here to J.K. Dobbins. Whenever we need a play, we go to two people. We go to Dobbins and we go to Thornton. So we come out right here, play action, and I had square right there, but I didn't want to risk throwing it into the covers like that. So we take it underneath to Allen, who's having a great game itself this game. But we getting down the field, hit a little a dive play right here. I guess J.K. Dobbins is tired, but we get the backup rolling a little bit. Peter Light rolls out right here, should have slid. It was risky, almost fumbled right there. As you see, Aaron Donald, he has Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's out. So right now would be the best time to kind of like pound it in the middle, which we do. J.K. Dobbins runs the little guy over and tells him get out the way. So we score a touchdown and we're up again. So now the defense, they can kind of like spread their wings and do what they want to do. It's open season, you know what I mean? So right here, he's trying to run a little bit of hurry up offense. He's trying to get some momentum himself in the offense. He dumps it underneath right here. Nice little zig route to Higgins. And again, in zone coverage, man. When we're in zone coverage, bad things happen. I run a little bit too much zone coverage. And I really honestly need to start switching that around. Because when we're in man, good things usually happen. But right here we get torched. He caught me in a bad set. I was changing my play and he caught me in a bad set, and right there, Jamar Chase gets wide open against man coverage. He comes out right here on the onside kick. It's a little early for it, but I guess he realized that his defense couldn't stop my offense. So he tried to get the ball back right there. It didn't work, and we ended up getting the football. I was backing up because I didn't want to touch it because it didn't go the 10 yards, but it, gradually started going. But Peter Light takes off right there. Nobody was open down the field, and Peter Light, that's one thing that Peter's really good at is kind of stretching the field with his legs as well. And the backup running back, Knighton, he gets a nice little carry right there. But that's one thing that I really like about Peter Light. He has some legs, and he can throw the ball down the field. But right there, we get absolutely stuffed on 4th and inches. We play it smart, take the field goal. No need to risk it, you know what I mean? Go up by 8 points and, trust the defense. The defense has been really great for us this year. And why not trust him? As he tries to throw a RPO and he gets a legal man downfield, of course we take it. He comes right back, almost the identical same play. It wasn't the RPO this time. He just had somebody run out to the flat, gets the first down. So we sitting here, right here. We're going to call an all-out blitz to try to get Burrow uncomfortable, and he just throws this daggone corner route. And everybody who plays Madden knows how broken the corner routes are. Whenever things fail, you just go to the corner route, right? So again, he was just abusing the corners. And, I got to put a stop to that, So he gets down here in the red zone. You can't really throw and abuse the corners, but he runs the glitchy little, speed option, whereas everybody runs down towards the quarterback and you flip it, and it's like a little glitchy play. Here he goes for 2. And, of course, Uche comes off the edge, man. Uche had a game. He comes back with the onside kick right here. We were ready for it. He almost gets it, man. Thornton goes up and catches it, but it gets blasted, man. He gets blasted, and luckily J.K. Dobbins was there, and he got us the football. J.K. Dobbins, we're going to hand him the football, let him do his little thing. He's making moves, zipping and juking and all this stuff, getting yards. So 2 minutes left in the game. We're going to come out right here with the RPO. Almost throws a pick. That was a good little throw right there. Throw it on the inside where only the receiver can get it. It was played well by the defense, just a better throw. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. We're down here. He's down 2, 2nd and inches. He's kind of like trying to sell out and, make sure we can't run the ball and make sure that we can't chew the clock out. So he calls an all-out blitz right there, calls a timeout. So I realized, all right, okay, look, we're not going to be able to sit here and pound the rock. It's just not going to work. So I was going to throw the ball right there. He calls timeout. He didn't like the set. So we come right here and run our favorite play. We run the reverse. It always works, man. At this point in time, I've been playing so many people online that people are starting to incorporate it. Just remember that reverse started here, man. I was the first person to incorporate that reverse into my game plan. Before anybody on YouTube, before anybody want to say they want to take credit for running that reverse, I'm the one who was the first one to basically run the reverse and find out that it works. So back to the game. Joe Burrow gets, a little 10-yard slide. I don't agree with the spot. They gave him a first down, but whatever. He runs a little hurry-up offense here. We send the heat. He gets sacked, fumbles the ball. Guess who picks it up? Uche with the scoop and score. Takes it all the way to the crib, baby, all the way to the crib. And that's basically how this game went, man. Battle of bad offensive lines. His offensive line wasn't good. My offensive line wasn't good. Right there, he had a chance of breaking a nice little run right there. He put a little bit too much moves involved into it. But like I said, this game was basically the tale of two defenses and offensive lines. Our offensive line was pretty bad, and their offensive line was pretty bad. Whenever we rushed more than 3 or 4 people, they got into some trouble. When we rushed 3 and 4, they held pretty decently. So we just, kind of put some pressure on them and things like that. As right there, he just throws a hope and a prayer up there, and he, throws the pick. That's going to be the end of the game. We end the game on a high note with the defense, catching the pick. Like always, defense is the one that carried us to the victory. Peter Light had some good stats, 4 touchdowns, 315 yards. But it was, basically the defense is the one that carried us to the victory. It is what it is, man. I think that's just what type of team we're going to be. We're just going to be a defensive type team and have the defense kind of like carry us to where we need to go. Peter Light is an 80 overall, but he's playing up to an 87 because of morale and all those different things that, is helping him out and all that good stuff. Allen had a great game. He had a really, really honestly good game. He had, I think, 2 touchdowns in that game. Well-deserved upgrade. Keep upgrading that vertical threat with him. And, yeah, man, like I said, I think our defense really honestly is what's going to carry us to a Super Bowl if we can make it to the Super Bowl. That's my goal. That's the overall goal and the plan is to try to make it to the Super Bowl. But like I said, this offense, they got to work on starting slow, man. They start too slow. We can't come out and we can't start slow. We have to actually keep up with the pace that the defense is putting out there, man. Like, we really honestly have to keep pace with the pressure that the defense is putting on everybody. The offense can't keep starting slow and we throwing these picks and all these things like that. And, we're not helping the defense at all. As you can see right here, Peter Light has 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Joe Burrow threw 3 touchdowns, had 2 interceptions, 363 yards. Sacked 6 times. We were only sacked twice because I'm used to throwing under pressure. J.K. Dobbins had 79 yards, and they had little to no rushing game at all. Here you see Bart Hoover, his receiver, him and Jamar Chase. They had stats, yards wise, and they each had a touchdown, but they really wasn't, too impactful. Whereas, they made, a big difference. And if he'd have had a catch or if he'd have had another touchdown, they would have won the game. It was mainly the defense putting pressure. We didn't have anybody that went crazy catching the ball. Hyatt, I was upset with him with his drop that he had. He could have had a little bit more stats, but he ended up dropping that deep pass. As we look right here, Uche had 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. It was a lot of tackles for loss in the game. And even our corner and our rookie, Chase Bean, had a tackle for loss and a sack in the game. But the defense, Gilmore, we threw that last second pick to give him that field goal to Gilmore. Duggar, of course, me jumping that route, which was played excellent. And then, of course, Tony Adams, the one that caught the last interception to basically just call the game over with. But there's a look at everybody's record heading in towards the playoffs. We're sitting at 9-3. The Bengals are sitting at 6-6. Like I said, it is what it is. Peter Light sitting at 60 touchdowns and 26 interceptions, only completing 53% of his passes. J.K. Dobbins is almost at 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns on the season. We have Thornton right here, who is a 1,000-yard receiver yet again, but Dobbins is at 818 yards, which is crazy as a running back. You've seen Allen at 724, and Jalen Hyatt, who we kind of like got mid-season, at 638 yards, 8 touchdowns. We got a lot of touchdowns at receiver. Clearly, you see Bosa right there with 31 tackles for loss. I'm telling you, man, Bosa's a stud, man. And we don't have too many sacks. We get a lot of pressure, but we don't finish with sacks. And, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet with the sacks and all that good stuff. But it is what it is. We generate a lot of pressure to generate errant throws, which causes interceptions, which is honestly that we want, which as you can see right here, Gonzalez leads the team with 10. We got Adams with 7. Bolden, who last year had 9, is at 6. People aren't really throwing at Bolden anymore. I mean, they see he's an X factor, and they're basically picking on Gonzalez on the opposite side of the field. That's why Gonzalez has so many picks. We look at the league. I thought that Peter Light led the league in picks, but he doesn't. Herbert actually leads it with 47. And as we look, Mac Jones ended up going to the Buccaneers, and he's stealing money, man. $44 million a year is crazy. Bijan Robinson is absolutely a stud, man. We played him, and we held him in check. He's almost at 2,000 yards and 26 touchdowns. Like, he's just an absolute monster. And the fact that we did to him what we did to him and holding him, under 100 yards is crazy, man. That just shows how good the defense is. Like, our defense really held the best running back in the league to under 100 yards. And, it's really honestly wild that Bijan Robinson has 28 touchdowns. But we go to receiving. Christian Watkins sitting there at almost 1,200 yards with 13 touchdowns. But as you see right up under him, you got Thornton right behind him on this trail with 20 touchdowns. We got the Cheetah with 15 touchdowns, only 621 yards, though. But Christian Watkins is going crazy. He's averaging almost 106, 107 yards a game. Bosa leads the league in tackles for loss with 31 by far. Sacks, the league leader is 12. Myles Garrett has 9.5. Josh Sweat, and then Uche down here is 7.5. So it's not that many sacks. Sacks aren't going crazy. The league leader in picks is Deion Sanders for the Falcons. He has 12. Gonzalez is supposed to be in there with 10, but for whatever reason, he's not showing up there. But we know he has 10 picks, so he's second in the league in picks. He's right behind Deion Sanders, who, like I said, has 12 interceptions. But that's going to do it for this episode. Next week we have a bye week, and then we have the Jets after that. But I appreciate all the love and support that you guys are giving me, and keeping this channel moving, man. Like I said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.